Hello everyone. Before we start the episode, I wanted to quick talk about a contest we're going to do. Okay? Here's a contest. Here are the rules. There are no rules. You can do this any way you so choose.
Oh.
Here are your targets. Penn Jillette, Ricky Gervais, Richard Dawkins is the first tier. Second tier are people like Thunderfoot. Any of these people, somehow send them a video, get them to then tweet about it or share it or shout us out in any way.
Take a picture of that, prove it to us, and then we'll.
So basically, get someone bigger than us to
say words.
Yeah. And if you do that, we'll
send you swag.
Yeah, if it's someone like really big, like Gervais or Gillette
we'll
or
suck
Dawkins,
your dick or vagina.
No, but we'll probably send you a shirt or something.
Yeah.
So do that. It's a contest. So here's the episode. Woo!
Hugo and Jake. The Bible is jaded, and most of it taken. So get educated with Hugo and Jake. Pull up a pew and stop what you're doing. It's Bible reloaded time. They call it unaided, the theists will hate it. Like Dawkins and taken, but it's Hugo and Jake. So I'm with the show then. It's not candy coated. It's the Bible reloaded with Hugo and Jake. With Hugo and Jake.
Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this is Bible Reloaded.
Yeah.
So, last week you listened to a Bible Man thing. I don't know if you liked it. I don't care. I like Bible Man in as much as I can make fun of it. So,
but last time in the Bible, Barack Obama starred. So we had a cameo by the President of the United States. Also, Morgan Freeman opened the show for us. It's been a big week. It's been a big time for us. So we're just going to continue.
Take that, Cosmos. You only got a Barack Obama in the beginning. We got it in the middle. Barack sandwich between Hugo and Jake.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I just want to hang out in a hot tub with Barack Obama now. And smoke a cigar. I don't even smoke cigars. But I would for Barack Obama.
Talk some b-ball. So Barack, you like the b-ball, huh? That's cool.
Then Barack Obama would ask why you're talking black, and you'd say, because you're black. And then he'd say, get out of my hot tub. And then he'd say, I just got here. And he'd say, you're right, you can stay.
Politics is a lot like basketball. Sometimes you have to pass the ball. Sometimes you gotta take it to the hole. I'm Barack Obama.
I don't think he closes his statements with...
Wouldn't that be good, though? Every speech, I'm Barack Obama.
I'm Barack Obama. Anyways, okay, so we're in Judges 6. We're going to start reading Gideon. Someone asked if we were going to read the Song of Deborah in the comments of the last Bible episode. Fuck you, no we're not. It's terrible. Read it yourself. Just a recap. All the songs are just recaps of things we read. Why do you want us to read those? That doesn't make sense.
I'm sorry, he gets like this when he's drunk. Chapter 6, Gideon. The Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord. Shocker. And for 7 years he gave them into the hands of the Midianites. Because the power of Midian was so oppressive, the Israelites prepared shelters for themselves in the mountain clefts, caves, and strongholds.
They also assumed the position.
Whenever the Israelites planted their crops, the Midianites, Amalekites, and the other eastern peoples, the eastern peoples...
Asians?
...invaded the country.
Those damn Asians!
They camped on the land and ruined the crops all the way to Gaza and did not spare a living thing for Israel, neither sheep nor cattle nor donkeys.
So every time this guy finally finishes his Jew rose bush, just finally finishes it, he's like, I got my Jew bush! Wife, look at my Jew rose bush!
Oh, very nice!
Don't patronize me.
Oh, but I like the bush!
Oh my god, there's Asians! And then they ruin the bush.
So verklempt!
And then they get verklempt.
That was a little Fran Dreschery. I don't know where that was coming from.
I can't do a Drescher.
No. Verse 5. They came up with their livestock in their tents like swarms of locusts. I've never seen lots of tents compared to swarms of locusts. I've never thought, God damn it, look at all those tents. And, like, let's say we're at a Gander Mountain nature nature. Oh, where's the tentile? Holy shit.
Look at the locusts. Are those giant locusts? Did you bring me to a butterfly house, but instead of butterflies, it's filled with locusts? Because that's what this is like.
Man, we should drop acid before going to a Gander Mountain. That would be the tits.
I don't ever want to go to Gander Mountain because people from the NRA are there, and they'll bring George Zimmerman with them, and then we'll get shot because I like to wear hoodies sometimes.
It was impossible to count them or their camels. They invaded the land to ravage it. Was it impossible to count the camels? I think there's a lazy person who's like, we gotta count how many camels are there? How many people?
Like a dozen tops.
That's clearly more than a dozen. Baker's dozen. That's not a thing yet, but okay. Midian so impoverished the Israelites that they cried out to the Lord for help. I'd like to point out, they get enslaved, not crying out to the Lord. Go broke. Oh!
This book is very, very Jewish.
Verse 7, when the Israelites cried out to the Lord because of Midian, he sent them a prophet who said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I brought you up out of Egypt and out of the land of slavery."
And into the land of slavery again.
"I rescued you from the hand of the Egyptians, and I delivered you from the hand of all your oppressors." So I don't know what happened. "I drove them out before you and gave you the land. I said to you, I am the Lord your God. Do not worship the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you live, but you have not listened to me." I like that the implication that somehow all Middle Eastern history, it seems, if you had only, let's say it's the year 10,000 AD.
Okay.
You have no understanding of the history of the Middle Eastern area, maybe even some parts of Africa.
Sure.
And this was your only source. Every event in Middle Eastern history has something to do with the Israelites, apparently. Like, they just shaped the fuck out of that region.
Yeah. And apparently someone hates the shit out of Amorites.
Yeah.
Why would you hate the Amorites?
They're cunts.
No, I mean, do they have a history? Never mind. I was gonna go. For some reason, I was in a pizza parlor in the 50s in my head.
But you had no idea where that bit was going. But that was the setting of the bit. It's like you're in an improv show and you're the improv guy and you're like, I need a place in the county. And the crowd shouts, "Pizza parlor!" When? 1950s! Fuck.
Yeah, got nothing.
I got nothing.
Got nothing. Stole the nickel off my jukebox.
Verse 11, the angel of the Lord came out and sat down under the oak in Oprah that belonged to Joseph the Abizarite.
Get off the oak, Oprah!
Where his son Gideon was threshing the wheat in a winepress to keep it from the Midianites. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." "Pardon me, my lord," Gideon replied, "but if the Lord is with us, why has all this happened to us? Where are all his wonders that our ancestors told us about?" They said, "Did not the Lord bring us out of Egypt, but now the Lord has abandoned us and given us into the hand of Midian?" I love when the Bible gets self-aware for about 10 seconds and then just gets right up its own butt again. The Lord turned to him and said, because apparently the Lord is there now, he just is behind a tree and he's like, "I was listening, fucker." The Lord turned to him and said, "Go in the strength you have and save Israel out of the Midianites' hands. Am I not sending you?" Are you sending me?
We didn't talk about this yet.
Am I not sending you?
No.
Well, I am now. "Pardon me, my lord," Gideon replied, "but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family." Whoa. Gideon, are you alright?
No.
You seem down on yourself.
A little bit.
How's the Prozac going?
It's not really, and I cut myself.
So we're gonna take focus off that now, though. And we're gonna put that on the back burner, and now we're gonna deal with my problems.
But I have clinical depression.
That's great. Now,
not.
It's good for you. It's good to have things. That's all you got. Anyways, let's get on to the thing I need. The Lord answered, "I will be with you, and you will strike down all the Midianites, leaving none alive."
Isn't that murder?
Shut up, Gideon. Gideon replied, "If now I have found favor in your eyes, give me a sign that it is really you talking to me. Please do not go away until I come back and bring my offering and set it before you." This guy's asking, like, is it proof that it's you? You think God's like, God damn it, it used to be so much easier to get people to just know it's me. Now they're asking for, like, prove it's me? This is bullshit. I should just stop coming here altogether. They're just gonna keep asking questions.
Should I do a flame tornado again? Is that enough?
God damn it, I used all my flame tornado tokens. And the Lord said, "I will wait until you return."
Because I'm not omnipresent today.
Gideon went inside, prepared a young goat, and from an epitaph of flour he made bread without yeast. Putting the meat in a basket and its broth in a pot, he brought them out and offered them to him under the oak. So he's like, God's here, what should I do? I'll make him soup and bread. Because, let's be honest, everyone loves unlimited soup and breadsticks.
I agree.
Can I just say, Olive Garden?
This is where Olive Garden gets it.
Olive Garden, what a treat.
What's your favorite thing at Olive Garden?
The fake Italian atmosphere that makes me think you're trying too hard.
My favorite thing at Olive Garden is there's always one douchebag with a girl that doesn't want to be there, but he said the words Olive Garden, she agreed.
Verse 20. The angel of God said to him, Take the meat and the unleavened bread, place them on his rock, and pour out the broth. And Gideon did so, but he was kind of mad, because he took a lot of time to make that. Then the angel of the Lord touched the meat and the unleavened bread with the tip of the staff that was in his hand.
Dick.
Fire flared from the rock, consuming the meat and the bread, and the angel of the Lord disappeared. When Gideon realized that it was the angel of the Lord, he exclaimed, Alas, sovereign Lord, I have seen the angel of the Lord face to face.
So, let's break this scene down one more time. God meets Gideon. Gideon's like, Hey God. God's like, Cool, how you doing? And Gideon's like, You have to prove to me that you're God. Let me make you soup. Comes back, God's gone, even though he said he would still be there. Some angel's there. He's like, why don't you pour that meal you just slaved over on a rock? Okay, pours it on the rock. I'm gonna light that shit on fire. Fire disappears. Now Gideon just wasted time, a good lamb, probably delicious soup, and I don't know about you, I love fresh bread.
It's unleavened, though.
I'm indifferent.
I just realized I bought crackers and spray cheese. Now I'm excited.
That's
not even for the show. That's just a real thing I'm excited about now. Meyer canned spray cheese.
Not a lot of people know what Meyer is. It's
Really?
basically a super... Well, it's not everywhere. It's only in the Midwest of the
It's
United States.
It's kind of like a Walmart. It's
or
like a Walmart.
Publix.
Yeah.
Or a Costco. I don't know. It's in Australia
Like
or
a
Europe.
like a Winn-Dixie, but big. Are Winn-Dixies around anymore?
Yeah, there are. I used to live in Florida, and there's Winn-Dixies all over the place. Also, Racetrack, which has the fastest fueling pumps in America, if I'm not mistaken.
Seriously?
Like, you stick it in your car and it goes, Where did you fall? And it yells at you, and it's like, Get the fuck out of here!
That sounds wonderful. I want that.
We have 38 pumps! Get out! They have so many pumps, it's nuts.
See, I feel like you'd either need to be really fast or have a lot of pumps. Why do you need both? That's overkill.
It's called Racetrack. Get the fuck out of here. It's Florida. We got shit to do.
We have kids.
Go jump on a manatee and ride it.
We have kids to shoot.
We have kids to shoot, skills to sell. That's 2 Trayvon jokes. Boom, America.
You aren't ready for us.
We're so edgy. We're like the first season of South Park.
Verse 23, But the Lord said to him, Peace, do not be afraid. You are not going to die, because that soup was goddamn delicious.
Was there saffron in that soup? Where did you even get saffron?
So Gideon put an altar to the Lord there and called it The Lord is Peace. To this day it stands in Oprah of the Abizarites.
So fact, if you unbutton Oprah's shirt, you will see that sign. And it will say, The Lord is Peace. It's a tat.
The way she incorporates the nipples in the tat is really impressive, too. That same night the Lord said to him, Take the second bull from your father's herd, the one 7 years old. Tear down your father's altar to Baal and cut down the Asherah pole beside it. Then build a proper kind of altar to the Lord your God on top of this height. Using the wood of the Asherah pole that you cut down, offer the second bull as a burnt offering. Double fuck you to Baal.
Yeah, double.
If Baal's out there, it's like, oh, you cut down my pole. Oh, no, you're burning it with a cow for Yahweh.
Damn it.
That guy's a dick. I'm gonna disappear as a form of worship, and you're gonna get to go on to persecute gays. So Gideon took 10 of his servants and did as the Lord told him, because it clearly took 10 servants to cut down a fucking pole. There was Baal's altar, demolished, the Asherah pole beside it cut down, and the second bull sacrificed on the newly built altar. That's a good summation of the scene. Good for them. They asked each other, who did this?
All of us? All of us is the answer.
When they carefully investigated, they were told Gideon, son of Josh, did it. Let me set the scene. Jewish barn.
Jewish barn. What color is the Jewish barn? Green?
Sure. Hay everywhere, but then this just fucking scene of an altar that stuff was burnt up. There's maybe a little bit of ash left, and they're just like, who did this? And then all of a sudden you hear sort of they look to the door frame, Benedict Cumberbatch. And he walks in, and he's like, let's see. Then he looks at stuff, and he pulls out his phone, he's like, no service. It's in the BC. Watson there, he's like, Sherlock, how did we get here? Shut up, John.
And then they have a personal connection, and it's really strong, and John's kind of hiding it, and Sherlock doesn't notice.
Yeah.
Well, he does notice, but he doesn't let John know he notices.
Yeah. And then he like looks at the thing and he looks at the footprints and he's like, the shoe size is that of Gideon. Gideon did it. Along with, I'd say, based on the amount of hay stamped, roughly 10, probably servants, due to the shoddy job. It doesn't seem like they really wanted to be here. Also, Gideon's wife is cheating on him. With that man!
What? How can you tell that, Sherlock?
She's fucking him right now.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
Moffat! Verse 30. The people of the town demanded of Josh, bring out your son, he must die, because he has broken down Baal's altar and cut down the Asherah pole beside it. I like that when these people demand people be killed for desecration of their idols, it's terrible, but when people do it Yahweh, and then it's completely justified.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, everyone gets mad when you destroy their religious things. That's how religion works. I don't... Zero self-awareness, whoever wrote this. But Josh replied to the hostile crowd around him, Are you going to plead Baal's cause? Are you trying to save him? Whoever fights for him shall be put to death by morning. If Baal really is a god, he can defend himself when someone breaks down his altar. So because Gideon broke down Baal's altar, they give him the name Jerubbaal that day, saying, Let Baal contend with him. So, okay, the thought is that if Baal is real and he is a god, he can defend himself. However, anytime anyone so much as looks at Yahweh wrong, he's like,
You guys defend
Jews,
me.
take care of it. Defend me. Defend my honor. Verse 33. Now all the Midianites, Amalekites, and other eastern peoples joined forces and crossed over the Jordan and camped in the valley of Jezreel. And the Spirit of the Lord came on Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, summoning the Abizarites following him. He sent messengers throughout Manasseh, calling them to arms, and also into Asher, Zebulun, and Naphtali, so that they too went up to meet him. Gideon said to God, If you will save Israel by my hand, as you have promised, look, I will place a wool fleece on a threshing floor. If there is dew only on that fleece, and all the ground is dry, then I will know that you will save Israel by my hand, as you said. God damn it, the faith tests that these people have in the Bible. And that is what happened. Gideon rose early the next day. He squeezed the fleece and wrung out the dew, a bowl full of water. God damn it,
that's a tiny bowl or a really, really big wooden bowl?
Even if it's a tiny bowl, that's a lot for just, like, condensation. Like, someone came and poured a goddamn bucket of water on that, like, this'll suffice. Sploosh! Verse 39, Then Gideon said to God, Do not be angry with me. Let me make just one more request. Allow me one more test with the fleece. But this time, make the fleece dry and let the ground be covered in dew. That night, God did so. Only the fleece was dry. All the ground was covered with dew.
Because the fleece test, that's our fucking barometer from now on. That's the standard. Fleece.
So that's all we're gonna do for today. That was a solid episode.
Yeah.
So everyone, if you want, you can donate to our Patreon page, where it's basically like a digital tip jar. You can donate like $1 per video, or even if you want to set it $1 a month, basically. Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded or at Hugo Reloaded, where you can ask me questions for my Ask Hugo segment, which I do every once in a while.
Or you can ask me questions just in general, because I'm on there almost every day.
Yeah. I think that's it. You should subscribe if you're not already.
We never say that.
Yeah.
We never ask for subscriptions or likes.
Alright, so that's it for the episode. I'm Hugo.
I'm Jake.
And this has been the Bible Reloaded. Next week, we find out if Bill O'Reilly's diabetes-related illnesses are covered under the Affordable Care Act.